With the aid of a broom, this is the most comprehensive golf instruction video you will ever see. With the aid of some really expensive golf coaching aids, broom, broken shafts, alignment sticks, today could be the biggest day of your golfing instruction life with what I have to share with you. Let's talk about the broom. Now, if you haven't seen broom series, the first 3 videos, please go and check them out after this video. Today I wanted to explore more on what this broom can really offer us in the way of understanding the delivery of the golf club, the angle of attack of the golf club, and the face alignment. 3 important ingredients that are going to allow you to maximize compression on the golf ball and club head speed, whilst keeping some really straight shots. At some point in your golfing life, you will have seen Tommy Fleetwood on the range working with his shaft plane stick. And if you haven't seen Tommy doing it, you'll have seen someone else. They're down there, they've got a club on the floor and they're going to working on getting the club out here and swinging through. And then Tommy's got his box out in front of him and all fancy gizmos. And you go, oh, well, what's he trying to work on there? Well, I'm going to show you with the aid of the broom exactly what Tommy's working on and exactly what you should be working on too. In the first broom video, really talked about when we've got ourselves set up and we're moving the broom around us, understanding how that head lines up down through strike was a biggie, wasn't it? Everyone was suddenly recognizing the relevance of how the handle needs to move forwards. And then this force on the handle and how it starts to line the broom back up. The broom head itself is the club face, is pointing itself to the target. As we come into strike, the minute a golfer lifts his handle up, we can see that the face starts to offset itself down to the right of the target. When a golfer then starts to move the handle back down underneath them, the pressure in the handle that I go on about so much in my videos really starts to line the club face up. Now, so often I've seen a lot of people sending me videos of them doing the broom. It's been great, loved it. And hopefully Titleist and TaylorMade and Callaway are bringing out their broom series. $160, as someone said on one of my comments. Now, the problem that I've seen on a lot of these videos, which has inspired this broom video 4.0, is this point in the golf swing, this point in delivery. Understand that to the best of our ability, we're trying to return the handle back to the start point. Anytime we lift the handle up, the loft is pointing more right. The more the loft points more right, the more the golfer will start to offer the handle out to the right in an effort to start to close the club face off. So what I wanted to do today is just show you another layer of understanding of what we're trying to apply with the broom that will allow you to deliver the golf club a little bit more down the line with a square club face and putting that pressure on the ball. What you will have seen is Tommy trying to deliver the golf club down this cane line. Obviously, when we get inside, hitting that cane then offers the face out to the right. So as soon as a golfer swings, he worries about hitting the cane. And what you end up with for the lion's share of golfers out there, you actually end up with people trying to miss the cane, and then you get that big over the top outside in strike and golf shot. What I wanted to talk about is sharing that this environment here is only part of the story. This cane here is only dealing with the club head. It has no relevance on the handle. And understanding what the handle needs to do to make this work is crucial. The next time you set yourself up with this plane mate and start to try to improve your striking. Now I'm set up. The plane mate, the angular shaft, is now this club shaft. The ground that was down at the bottom here is now this cane here. So that cane at this height is now the ground. When I now swing the golf club, if I lift the handle up and I hit underneath the white cane, it's the equivalent to me hitting the ground back here in front of the golf ball. So when we get the cane at 90 to the broken shaft, when I swing the golf club, you can see from a head perspective, I could have the handle anywhere in space, but I could still get the club head running down that ball line. And remember, the club is swinging in to in. It's not actually going to run down that ball line. But that ground can be struck back here, can be struck early. So, understanding that the ground, this cane back here, is not where we would want the club head to be drooping to. I'm now going to add in one more cane. So we're now in a situation where we've gone from the ground, so here I am set up, that's where Tommy Fleetwood's playmate was, and this is the ground. Now, I've lifted the ground up to here, and I've now lifted the angle of the plane up to here. So I cast that cane aside. Now when I start swinging the golf club, the more I can line up the club shaft here and keep the club head unloading around in to in on the white cane, all of a sudden we start to get the club in delivery, unloading around the pitch and angle of the shaft that we set at address underneath. So understanding, therefore, that this cane here gets the club head swinging on the right pitch in delivery, gets the club head swinging on the right pitch in delivery. This one here is going to tell us how well we do with the handle if it's all lined up, because what I can do, I can deliver the golf club down this line, but if I lift the handle up, can you see how I can still arrive with an open club face, which is my point. The reason why I'm bringing it up to waist high is because when I get the broom in a minute, it will make your job even harder. It will make you appreciate how important the handle pressure is and how we line the club head up with understanding the handle and the head working together. Now we've got the broom. Now we're set up. Now I've got the broom handle underneath my chest. Now as I swing the broom back, if the handle rises up, look, and it rises out of the box that I've created here, imagine this is a pane of glass. If the handle rises up and out of this pane of glass, it would still make the club head not hit this cane back here. The cane that we have on the floor, remember this orange cane is the same as this cane but pitched down at the golf ball. When I set up, I've now lifted it up. I could, as a golfer, make my club miss the cane on the way down, but if I did that, I would glance across it, and then if I didn't miss it and the handle moved out, the face would be open. So when we come to the broom drill and this setup, now when I start to move the broom around me, I set the broom, I pull the broom down. Now if I make the broom move around on that pitch and I still make the broom handle rise up, Look how the broom is pointing up to the sky. I now move the broom back down underneath the two canes, back to where I set up. All of a sudden it lines the face up. So doing it at this height gives you a good understanding that if the handle lifts out of this horizontal pane of glass, if you like, if it lifts out of it, it gives you the opportunity to miss this back cane, but it will keep the face from being straight and opening up. So the handle being back underneath this pane of glass, when we start to move the club head around, it all lines back up. Look how the handle's back underneath me. As opposed to, I could move the handle around, the cane of the broom around, I could miss both of the canes, lift the handle up, and it still opens the face. This pane of glass here is the pane of glass that Tommy Fleetwood's and Co. set back here. But the bit that people don't appreciate, the pane of glass that's in here, Tommy is trying to smash that pane of glass with the handle, as opposed to trying to stay out of it. When golfers just think about the club head missing the cane back here, they can miss the cane, but the handle still rides out. So the setup I had up at this pitch, where the cane was on top of that cane, and the orange cane was parallel to the floor, is this arrangement here. So the two canes that were around me, where I was trying to get the broom head to work around the two canes and get the handle down into the two canes, is the handle trying to get down into the two canes to line the loft back up down at strike. Therefore the broom, there's the broom, and there's lining up the blade, handle forwards, to get it over the top of this plane line, handle down to get the club head to swing back down it. So up at this plane, as I pull the broom forwards, I'm now trying to smash through that pane of glass. Now when you're up at this height, it's making the broom even heavier. Pull it forwards. I smash through the pane of glass that I've made from those two canes, and now I've got even more handle pressure down. I move the handle forwards down the Tommy Fleetwood cane, and then I smash the pane of glass to make it all line back up. I pull the handle forwards, I smash through the pane of glass to make it all match up. So the pressure down here that's allowing the face to line back up. Pull the handle forwards, I smash through the pane of glass, I smash through the pane of glass to get the face all lined back up. Pull it forwards, I smash it through the pane of glass to get it to all line back up. And so when you're up at this pitch, pulling it forwards, if the handle keeps going up, you'll feel the left forearm internally rotate, which is why the pressure down will start to line the face back up. Now you've got pressure on the butt of the golf club through your shoulders, which spins you around. Forwards, pressure down through the handle. It's a very dynamic move. Put together something like that. I hope that detailed explanation, which is hard to do. Hopefully I've given you some vision on how the Broom Drill 4.0 is the one for you. See you next time.